Today I'm going to combine these two guys together. Hey guys, I'm Ding from Ding's Workshop. I used to have an 8-foot long workbench, but later realized it was way too bulky for me to move it around, especially in my 2-car garage. So earlier this year, I took it apart and used the material from that large workbench to make a smaller bench. This guy is about 4 feet long. But now guess what? This is too short. So today I'm going to integrate my router table with this guy. So these are my rough cuts of the 2x4. I'm gonna now dimension them on my thickness planer over here. To square off the edge of the 2x4, I just made this very simple jig in like 2 minutes. One side of the board is straight with the fence, and then over here the 2x4 is mounted on the board with 2 screws. Okay, so after a lot of cutting on my table saw, I noticed my camera was not on. Okay, so now I have the long side and the surface all squared up. And now I'm just going to cut them to size lengthwise on my table saw using a miter gauge. Now here's the tip. A lot of times when it comes to measurement, using a ruler is actually not as quite accurate as scribing. For example, I have a board that's 1.5 inches thick, and I have a 24 long board that's going to mount right here, okay? So I have 1.5 here, I have 24 here, so theoretically from the top of this board to here will be 24 minus 1.5, which is 22.5. But instead of measuring a length of 22.5 on the ruler, I just find a piece that should go here, put it on, and make a mark. Now I know exactly this is where I need to cut. So this is a board I just cut using the scribing technique, and see, perfect. Okay, now I have all the pieces cut to length and size. Now it's time for assembly. So far so good. I like it. Now I'm gonna work on the dust collection down below. Okay, here we go. So this is gonna be my router table dust collection apparatus, whatever you call it. I still need to make a front cover, but essentially this is gonna go mount right underneath the router. And that hole is where the air is gonna get sucked out by my dust collector. And then I got this cover right here. One will connect to the dust collector and the other will connect to the fans of the router. So now let me assemble this. Here it is, guys. Now, as I was looking for the perfect workbench for myself, I came across a video of a workbench made by Dennis from Hooked on Wood. And I was really inspired by his idea of a perfect workbench. And I thought, hey, I wanted to make one for myself. Now, this is not an exact copy of his design, but it's extremely similar. I've added some of my own twists to fit my own needs. So now let me show you what it does. Okay, so I got enough dog holes for me to get started. Maybe down the line I'll make more dog holes, but for now I think this is good. I did my best to align these dog holes 90 degrees so that if I ever wanted to, say, join two boards together, I can just do something like this. Like that. So that's one use of it. And then on the side, I also have the dog holes. So let's say if I want to do edge bending, for example, I'll just put two dog holes over here, get a board that I want to do edge bending on, and then just clamp it, and I can work on edge bending like this. Now let's go check out on the other side of the workbench. Okay, so on this side of the workbench, there's an overlap for the top, so that if I ever wanted to clamp something, I have the option to do that. Like this. Okay, so now let's talk about the router table portion of the workbench. First, I wanted to highlight the dust control solution that I have. Okay, on the side, I have two dust ports, as you can see. This port is meant for the dust collector. And over here is for the fans of the router table. And now I'm ready to go. At the front, I have a sliding door, which allows me access to the power switch of my router, as well as control the airflow while the dust collector is running. So there you go, guys. I'm really happy with my new workbench. I believe I can get a lot more done on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is Ding from Ding's Workshop. See you next time.